Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
We're good.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here's Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That's going to be caught. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something?
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Evans coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 40 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Rodgers now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. To throw is Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They run. It's Williams. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Mixon will get it to start the second half. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Mixon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Mixon with a first down carry. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes the score 21-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And now running right through it. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Rodgers again now. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bengals will get the football back. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 13. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Over here, yes. Here we go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here we go.
Dalton throwing on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep blow with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
There you go, 368. Over here, yes. Heavy. Check.
Dalton here from the gun. And able to find Green. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. It's second down. Dalton looking. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Hey, 626.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run a 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Vontaze Burfict in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Open here is Allison. That's complete. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On 1st down, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception. Very
much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man is Allison, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drop.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the New Orleans Saints. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the ground, Kamara. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now Breeze on third down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, Kamara. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Kill. Hey, we're waiting.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And Gibbs got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
He's going to get it running right. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Bengals will get the football back.
Over here.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Lead! You're 18! Side, side, side. Heavy, heavy, heavy.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they are going for it. Now Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Breeze now on 1st down. Thomas, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, 28 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutt's good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Dalton here from the gun. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Move! Over here, yes.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And out across midfield down to the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Over here.
On the toss, Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
We're good. We're good. Nice. Heavy. There you go. 368.
Second down, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson.
Brandon, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there could come back to haunt them later on.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deeper. And got his man complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On 1st down, Breeze. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn, 27 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Andy Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
They go 368.
Dalton, 1st and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Gets around him. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Over here. Side. 368.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. He finds Ross. Right side. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Caught Eifert over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out here in the eye. Passing, it's Dalton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. That second down run, a big help, as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Brees going to go on 4th down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
5-0, 5-0.
And it'll be Dalton again. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now Brees throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme value.
On 2nd down, here's Brees. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch.